Hello and welcome to episode 9 of Attraction Faction. My name is Tyler,
My name's Katrina.
and this is our comprehensive look at attractions, theme parks, resorts, anything you want, you name it. And today is an action-packed episode. Tell us what it's all about, Katrina.
Well, let's just start off at Universal Studios. We're going to be looking at the new Night Tram tour. Then, my favorite, we're going to be looking at the Harry Potter merchandise that just came in. Then we're going to head over to Disneyland, and we're going to be looking at Drawing Disneyland exhibit at the Disneyland Gallery. Then we're going to look at some 60th anniversary items over at the Disneyland Showcase. Then we're going to Disney California Adventure, and we're going to be eating at the Wine Country Trattoria for the World of Color dining package. And then after that, we're going to take a look at the new World of Color celebration.
Alright, cool, yeah. Action-packed episode, like I said. And first we're starting off with the Night Tram. As you can see, they've added new effects and things
Whoa,
to the
watch
tram. Whoa, watch out! Over here at night, they've never done a night tram before. One of the reasons is that they have neighbors that get upset over the noise level and things, but I think it's pretty cool. They added projections, they've added live actors, and they've added lighting effects, and it's cool to see the backlot like that, and it's cool to see some of the classic attractions like the Flash Flood with some new lighting. And yeah, here's Marilyn Monroe. Like, this is a new part, like I was saying, with live actors, and she actually talks to you through the tram, so you can hear her on the tram. And what do you think? What do you think, Katrina? Does this sort of thing excite you? Is this a cool alternative to a nighttime show?
You know, with how many people there are that go on the tram tours, I think it's a really cool step up just doing something different. And since we've seen the tram tour so many times, it's good to see something new, especially these cool projections over at the, what was it?
Six Points,
the
Texas.
6 Points, Texas. So it's cool. And then the War of the Worlds. I mean, look at this. This looks way better at night than it does in the day.
It definitely looks cool with like the cop lights and everything. Yeah, but another new thing that they have at Universal Studios is at feature presentation they have the Wizarding World of Harry Potter merchandise preview, and I know this is Katrina's favorite part, so I'm just gonna let her talk about this stuff.
I cannot just say enough how excited I am to see this stuff. I mean, I know we all have to wait until April 2016, or well, sometime spring of 2016. I'm guessing it's April, but look at all this cool stuff. A lot of the stuff is the exact same thing that you would find at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter at Universal Studios Orlando. And then the wands, you said there weren't really interactive ones yet.
They say they're not sure if there will be interactive ones, is what the team members are telling me. I don't know 100%, but that's what I've heard from them. So all you have is those ones. They also have the candy, as you can see, a lot of the chocolate frogs and whatnot.
The jewelry.
Yeah, they got some jewelry. I ended up picking up a watch for myself, and I ended up picking up a little charm for Katrina.
But you made a necklace, which was really, really sweet. I wasn't expecting it, so of course I screamed like a little schoolgirl, and I got a gift.
And yeah, they have just pins. You know, I actually think that the Harry Potter merchandise is kind of some of the best out of all of the Universal Studios merchandise, like period. So I'm actually very excited to see a bigger run of it when like we have the full version of everything. You know,
Right.
This is a small little store, so.
But it's cool they have most of the big important items, obviously, which
Right.
is exciting.
Yeah. So next we're headed over to the exhibit over at the Disneyland Gallery of Drawing Disneyland. And this is sort of a kind of a roadmap of Disneyland, if you will. It's sort of a... there's a lot of concept art from the creation of Disneyland and a lot of just what Walt wanted it to look like. Here you can see the fort on Tom Sawyer Island. And you can see this is Geppetto's house from the Storybook Canals, and yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of rich history in Disneyland, and they are exploring that for the 60th anniversary here at the gallery. And what do you know? It's a lot different than it is today, wouldn't you say? I mean,
Yeah, a lot of the stuff changed throughout the years, but
a lot of it's still the same too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, I've heard people say Disneyland isn't a museum. It's you're not supposed to things change. So that's what happens, and you know, if things didn't change, obviously it wouldn't be good, but
Right. Especially this at the like the Golden Horseshoe. I mean, that's not really gonna happen.
yeah,
Nowadays.
that'll be there. That should be there forever. Things like the Golden
Yeah.
Horseshoe, things like the Mark Twain, just need to be there forever. But other things, you know,
I like this little bathroom picture.
yeah, I know. I don't. They've definitely
even-
changed where the bathroom is. It's in the fort now. I think that's where they set up for Phantasmic. They use the fort for Phantasmic at this point, I'm pretty sure. And here's also just some concept art for like rides like Peter Pan, which I think is just really cool to see. You don't get to see this stuff on a regular basis. The concept art for your
the
favorite
red line's
rides.
like where you kind of go through, right?
Yeah, the red line is definitely where you're going through, and it actually, if you can tell, it's kind of goes the opposite way around. It started in London and went the other way from the left instead of the right. And this is an Alice in Wonderland walkthrough, I think. And this was before they were going to do a ride for Alice in Wonderland. You're going to walk through this, I guess. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, so I mean, it's really interesting to see. You can see there's like a maze portion and all that stuff. And actually, the maze kind of ended up being in the Paris version of Disneyland. There's an Alice in Wonderland maze in Paris. I don't know if you knew that,
I
but
did not.
there you go.
Well, thank you for telling me.
There's some more Peter Pan concept art and some Tomorrowland concept art. I just thought this exhibit was really interesting.
The
I don't
space
know.
rocket definitely reminds me of the movie. Like,
Oh
the
yes,
space rocket
the
from
Tomorrowland movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you look at that, Tomorrowland movie, a lot of that stuff does come from these things. So it's really cool to see this gallery. And up next, this is like kind of the gallery where you can actually buy things. This is the gallery where they actually sell these paintings. They have people working on these things that you can buy. And I don't know, what do you think about their 60th anniversary selection?
I thought it was really cool. There's one with like a little girl on the carousel, which I thought was really cool. The way they just painted it. I had told you about it before. The horse looks like it's actually shiny, but it's just the way they colored it. It looks really awesome. And then
Yeah.
a lot of this cool like art. You know, it's different. I guess I don't know. I really don't know what to say about it. I'm more excited about like the stuff that's coming up about the castle and all that stuff.
Right. Yeah. This stuff, you know, this is kind of some of their decade stuff. Like, they're going to be releasing new like cups and plates, which we'll get to eventually, like every few months or so.
This
Every
is
couple
what I'm
months.
excited about.
This is the $28,000 slipper. I was about to say horseshoe. That's not
really?
even what it is.
I didn't even know it was 28,000.
Yes.
It didn't have a price tag on it.
That's what I've heard, but that's what you can win as a prize. And I thought this was really cool too. Walt's apartment over the fire department. It's like a whole 3D thing. It's really neat, actually. Go and check that out if you have an opportunity when you're in the park. And they just have a lot of these. These are just expensive little. I mean, wow, it's a $90, well, $85, whatever that said. $95 teacup, for God's sake. So.
Yeah, and
You
then
know-
this is the castle that I really enjoyed. I walked in and I just stared at it for a while. For $37,000, be a great birthday gift.
$37,000, everybody. Did you hear that? Yeah.
Let's all
So-
chip in and get it for me.
Oh yeah, that's what she needs in her life. So anyway, yeah, they had some more. This is more of the artwork on sale. They have some of the prints that are a little bit cheaper if you want some of that great artwork, but you don't necessarily want the full on copy of it. And yeah, they had a lot of this great coins. They had just all sorts of things that were celebrating the 60th anniversary. That just, I'm actually just shocked by how much merchandise they have for this whole celebration, and I think it's great, don't get me wrong, because it's good to see so much new stuff in the park, but it is incredible how much new stuff they have, and these watches,
Yeah.
oh,
The Bulova watches are pretty nice.
yeah, they're pretty expensive too,
They are pretty expensive.
but you can also get yourself a jeweled ear hat, and here's the Swiss Diamond Women's watch, so there you go, if you want that in your life, go ahead and grab it. But they also have these are, I believe, are like $40 or so, these prints. And just celebrating the 60th anniversary stuff. This is stuff we just kind of missed last week.
Yeah. And here's the Dooney and Burke purses for the 60th anniversary, which are really cool. We caught in like a glimpse. They're over at the Vault. What is it, Vault 28?
Yeah, Vault 28
at Downtown Disney.
In Downtown Disney is the best place to find them, and also on in the Emporium you can find them. But over at Vault 28, they also had these cool seatbelt bags that we've never seen before. So I thought we should get a shot of these. Just different classic posters. Peter Pan, Tiki Room, Pirates of the Caribbean.
That's right. They kind of like brought back like what they had last year with the cups and stuff. They had these like memorabilia cups with the Haunted Mansion and the Peter Pan and stuff.
Right.
So they kind of made them into purses.
Yeah. Next up, we are headed to the showcase on Main Street. This is the Disneyland Showcase, and this is kind of just a place where they put like kind of the newest stuff on blast, and here's a bunch of 60th anniversary things that we didn't really check out this shop last week because this is like the smallest shop on Main Street, and it was like the most 60th anniversary stuff, so it was very crowded. But this week, a lot more manageable. Yeah, I think this store is cute. Don't you think so?
I love it. I like the little Mickey and Minnie up on top. They're all decked out and they're all diamonds and stuff. And then they have like, I mean, it's good because the store is so small, but they pack it full of stuff, so you can just browse really quickly and just want to buy everything that you see.
Everywhere you look, there's like something different for sure. It was, I mean, and I hadn't seen these anywhere else. These 60th anniversary crystal like headsets and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. This is like the only place I've seen these things. And this too. This I actually thought about getting because I thought it was really cool. Just this pin set in this picture. It's just like a really cool kind of splicing of two worlds, I feel like. And yeah, they even have these chocolates. I mean, they thought of everything.
Yeah.
They literally did. Like everything you could think of that you could sell at a theme park, they were like, let's make it 60. Let's put a big 60 on it and sell it.
Yeah. Put some blue and silver and some sparkles and everything like that.
Right. So, some of this stuff you'll find at other places in the park, but actually quite a bit of it is unique to the showcase. You'd be surprised. I was surprised. I mean, yeah. I didn't see these cups anywhere else.
And these shirts either. I haven't seen these women's shirts for the Disneyland 60 anywhere else yet.
Yeah, right. And also the decade, this is the first one of a series of 5, I believe. And this decade design is going to be on different cups and plates and shirts. And here it is. I really like it. I think it's super cool. I ended up getting this pin. I ended up getting the plate, everything. So it was awesome. And speaking of mugs, ended up getting a Boba Fett mug. I was so excited. I saw over in Florida that they were having them at the Rebel Hangar, and I was so jealous. And they ended up. He took a ride with us on the merry-go-round. And speaking of the merry-go-round, this is a little tidbit in case you didn't know.
This is my favorite horse. It's the Mary Poppins horse.
Yeah, this is the horse from Mary Poppins. Yeah, Katrina needs to ride this horse every time. She'll beat down little girls to get there.
I would probably push them aside just to get it.
There she is, and
oh gosh.
Yeah, so if you were looking for the Mary Poppins horse, that's what it looks like. And we went back to California Adventure after that and ran into Chef Andrew Sutton of Napa Rose and Carthay Circle fame. He was really nice, didn't he?
He was really, really nice. The guy he was talking to was like, let's get a picture in front of the Diamond Celebration sign, and he gave us a couple of tidbits about just being a chef. And
yeah, I mean, he remembered our names, and he was a nice guy, and it was really good to meet him, so that's cool. Over here this is where we went for our World of Color dinner, and that sign there, the Golden Vine sign, used to have a big crack down the middle because we live in California, and they've actually fixed it. It's a beautiful sign. So yeah, we ended up eating here at the Wine Country Trattoria for the prefix menu, and they sent us upstairs. I've never eaten upstairs before, but they sent us upstairs.
That's for the World of Color.
Yeah, I guess that's why. I guess I've never done that. I've never done the World of Color dining. But, yeah, a very Northern California feel.
Mm-hmm. It's very nice. It's actually, I think it's a lot quieter upstairs than it is downstairs, and I feel like you're kind of taken away from the whole theme park vibe. Kind of like Napa Rose in a way, but you know, not the same food, but the feel of it.
And even like Al Fresco Tasting Terrace.
Yes, Al Fresco Tasting Terrace is pretty much adjacent to where this restaurant is.
So yeah, it was nice. It was kind of cool up there. It was relaxing, and you know, we liked this restaurant we liked this World of Color package for the most part. I would say that our service needed a little bit. It was a little lacking.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get there in a second, but I wanted to show you first of all the menu. The menu's coming up. Also, there's this nice view, actually. There's this nice view that you can kind of barely see, but it's there. It's nice to kind of be up on this balcony, but the menu is pretty small. But as I said,
prefix.
Yeah, as I said, it's prefix, and it comes with a super salad. Comes with an entree and a dessert. So, and even for the gluten-free people, there was a couple choices. There was sorbet, and there was
a
brownie, and I believe it was an OMG brownie, if I had to guess, right?
Yeah. And literally OMG.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
It was probably better than mine too. But anyway, so first up is the bread. We both got bread, and mine. Well, actually, you talk about yours first.
So mine was just like a normal white dinner roll. I don't really know what brand it is. They just got them in like a couple months ago. It's kind of chewy texture, but all in all, it's pretty good with some butter. I would eat more. I think I had like 4 rolls actually.
And mine was a focaccia, a rosemary focaccia that was, you know, pretty good. It was a focaccia, so, you know. Talk about your salad.
So it was with figs, fennel, and pecans, I believe, and red onions, and then it came with like a fig balsamic with goat cheese, and I asked for the goat cheese on the side, and they put dried figs on the side, which was actually really good.
And they had a minestrone, and they also had this Italian wedding soup, which has little tiny ball noodles in them. I'm not sure what they're called, and meatballs, and also I believe it was kale or something. I don't know. But as you can see, it was a little bit oily, so I actually ended up spooning some oil off. Other than that, it was like chickeny, and it tasted pretty good, so I liked it. I would get it again. I just spooned a little bit of the oil off. Besides that, ended up getting the filet mignon, and this is my filet. And as you can see, it's kind of fatty for a filet. It's kind of falling apart on the top and stuff like that. But to be honest, it still tasted really good. I actually really enjoyed it. And they gave me some horseradish on the side because I love horseradish. And yeah, so that was that. Next up is your lamb.
So I first started with the braised lamb with asparagus.
Also buco.
Yeah, also buco with polenta on the bottom. Pretty much the bottom part of this picture is probably where the meat was. There was like 3 bites of meat. It was very tough, and I didn't like it, so they were really nice, and they got me a steak instead. It
was gross too. It was like really fatty and everything, by the way. It was not very much meat at all. It was fatty. It was really overcooked. It was like they didn't even give her a choice on how it was cooked. It was just well done.
Right. It was kind of a letdown because I saw somebody next to me and hers looked really, really good, so I was super excited. That's why I ordered it. But once again, I defaulted to the steak, so I got a filet, but mine turned out looking way better than Tyler's. And
hers
the
was
steak
beautiful.
Looked bigger, and it came with roasted potatoes and green beans, and it was so tender, so good. I'm so glad they redid it for me because this was delicious.
Yeah. Like I said, my steak was still good, but yours definitely ended up looking better than mine.
It was a little wait. It took me like 20 minutes to get mine after I sent it back.
Yeah.
That's okay.
The service was a little bit to be desired. Anyway, here's the dessert. This was on a kind of caramel and raspberry kind of mousse, and then a lemon cream puff, and then a raspberry macaroon and tiramisu. And I thought the tiramisu was the best by far, to be honest.
It looked good. And then I got the gluten-free brownie. The same one as the Ariel Grotto brownie. Came with mixed berries on top with a raspberry sauce on the bottom. I wish they came with ice cream once again.
Yeah.
But it was actually really good. Served warm, it was delicious. I pretty much ate the whole thing.
And I just wanted to point out that, you know, everything was pretty good except for the service. I thought the service was lacking. Our server didn't even say sorry for the amount of time it took her to come over, or for the amount of time it took for her to correct mistakes. Honestly, our busboy Lance was a much more appreciated and helpful cast member than our server was. You know, I don't know if that's indicative of everything, but of every time you're going to go there, but that's what happened. So, yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Anyway, we had a little bit of time to kill before the World of Color that night, so we decided we were going to head over and just show you some of the new things at Mad Tea Party, because, you know, it's nice to go over there, so it's fun to see these kids playing with the cards. They never used to have this.
Yeah, I even told Tyler, I was like, we need to build stuff with this, you know,
Yeah.
like card houses.
And, you know, the flamingo trainers or riders or whatever you want to call them, they're not necessarily new, but they're always just fun to watch, and they interact with the audience, and everybody just stands around them like, whoa, look at that flamingo rider, and, you know, she's obviously...
It's funny how people are so scared of it, too.
Yeah.
Like the little girl down there. That's cute.
But yeah, I mean, the Tea Party is a great time. You guys, you know, if you haven't been by or if you don't really like it that much, like, just think about it as a really good cover band. If you think about it as a really good cover band, I think you would be excited to see it. I don't know. That's all I can say about it. But next up, we headed over to World of Color. I have to apologize. I did the cardinal sin of filming with my phone in this way. I panicked. I panicked and I saw them putting the screen up. But, yeah.
They did this so fast.
I just looked up while I was setting up, and here it was. So I was wondering how they did the screen. So here you go. Here's a little video just to show you how they project. Yeah, if I didn't mention, they project onto Mickey's face now. I'm sorry for being too presumptuous. But yeah, so the new World of Color Celebrate, hosted by Neil Patrick Harris and Mickey Mouse.
Yep.
What do you think?
Well, you know, with the dining package, you get these seats that are really close, or you get these. Well, it's not really a seat, but an area close to the water. So part of the time, you know, you get a little wet. But all in all, I liked more about the history of Disney himself. You know, and seeing a lot of the filming. You know, just to see him kind of alive and, you know, talking and stuff. Neil Patrick Harris, I can kind of do without. I'm not a hater, but it was kind of overdone. It was very cheesy. Then the Let It Go part.
I think the worst part of the whole thing was all of a sudden they just shoehorned Frozen in there out of nowhere. Like, what the heck was Frozen even doing there? Like,
I think they needed like 5 minutes of extra time, so they took it from the winter one and they just dropped it in there. You know.
If you go watch our video, you can actually hear people go like, "Oh!" like when it comes on. But anyway, they did a little history of some Disneyland rides. And I think that led into the best part, which was the Star Tours / Star Wars part. And watch this right here. This was incredible. They added this brand new effect. Boom! Look at this. Like, that is like a 50-foot column of fire. Like, it was so bright and so surprising.
It was awesome to see the crowd just roar after they saw this new footage from the trailer. The new Star Wars trailer that's coming up. Everybody was super excited.
Everybody saw
a lot of fire.
Harrison Ford and went, "Oh!" Like, it was amazing. So it was pretty good. And if you stay... you know, if you stay after the show for a little bit, as you can see, it's kind of clearing out. Like, you get a little bit of an extra show. So, you know, I would suggest kind of standing in your spot for a while after the show is done if you want to get the bang for your buck. And I would agree with Katrina. I actually think, you know, I wasn't the biggest fan of the original World of Color. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that this one is better. I think it's kind of worse. So, there you go. That's our 2 cents. A nice little thing. We headed back over to Disneyland afterwards because we wanted to go see Paint the Night again. And the Snow White fountain has been refurbished, and it's just really nice to see it back again. So it's been gone for a while without any water or anything. So
yeah, it was nice to see, and it was nice because there was like nobody nearby, so we just kind of was like our own private little show.
Right. It was nice. I mean,
well, everybody was waiting in line for Paint the Night. So.
Yeah, so you should check out our video of like the full song that I'm gonna put it up there on YouTube, and you'll be able to watch that. And anyway, we're gonna end the night here with Paint the Night, and that's episode 9. That's episode 9, and just a bunch of 60th anniversary things and some new Harry Potter merchandise, and you know, I think it's amazing how these guys make this turn. Look at Mac; he's like totally Look at the poor little cast member. He's like, oh my god.
I love Mac, and just to see all these floats kind of like go by and have to do this turn, we were in this really cool spot, and it's just imagine, I would say if you try to get a spot, try to get it near like the floor, just because it's just amazing how gigantic these floats are.
You get a new perspective and appreciation when you see them very close up front. Like, it's kind of surprising. Anyway, yeah. That's going to do it for us. Attraction Faction Episode 9. My name is Tyler.
My name's Katrina.
And please follow us on Twitter. Please like us on Facebook. Subscribe to us on YouTube. And very soon we're having a new website, attractionfaction.net. Check it out. It's coming very soon. It's still kind of in progress, but join us next week, everybody, when we check out a couple new things around the park. One thing for sure that we'll see is the Indiana Jones has received an upgrade, and there's a new effect on the door, a cool projection effect. Ooh, be excited! It's coming next week. So we'll see you there, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week.